Warrnambool on the horizon, and probably the track at its firmest. But anyway, there's 4 of them going to run for the money, and they're off. And Leaderboard, the long odds-on favourite, goes up and over the first. This has been a magnificent spectacle the last few years watching Stern Idol. And Leaderboard knows how to jump as well. He goes to the front, 3 lengths to Historic and Flying Piero. And Blood and Sand goes back to be last of the 4. Up to jump number 2 down the back. Leaderboard for Flash Gordon. He's trying to win the last 2 races and steal the jockey challenge. He's 3 lengths in front of Historic. The outside of him was Flying Piero, and Blood and Sand sits off them as they get up and over the third of those jumps up the back straight. Leaderboard in front. He's been an iconic New Zealand galloper, really. And he comes to the 4th up the back straight and gets over it by 2 or 3 lengths to Historic. The outside of him was Flying Piero, and Blood and Sands on his Pat Malone about 4 lengths away at the tail. And I guess the jockey has every right in the 4-horse field to go as slow as he wants and just get him in a nice rhythm and jumping safely and enjoying it again. Leaderboard is the leader. He led all the way to win first up at Ballarat over the up and overs and last Sunday, and he's going for the backup double. Flying Piero's taking close attendance. Historic's going to get the run of the race in third, and Blood and Sand, as I said, on his Pat Malone 3 or 4 lengths away. They go past the 600 metres on the first round. Jumps are, of course, are on the outside fence here as they round the bend. The markers are guiding them there, and the double in the home straight is next. It's jumps number 5 and 6 on their journey in the Jeff Spencer. Leaderboard in front for Flash Gordon. Second, the outside is Flying Piero. And all the other riders will be wondering how they can beat the favourite. Dean Parker, the Gun New Zealand hoop who's out here, is sitting up second. In fact, he's put his head in front on Flying Piero. Historic's back in third place for Martin Kelly on the comeback trail and making a good fist of it too, and he's good at the caper, so that's good to see. And Blood and Sand, who's being partnered by Connor Brazel, albeit a half over, is 3 or 4 lengths away and at the tail of proceedings. So a lap of the track to go, and the next jump coming up. The next fence, over goes Leaderboard. He again assumes control over Flying Piero. Third on the inside was Historic, and Blood and Sand is last of the quartet. They head towards the back once again. They'll get out to where they started, next to where they started from a lap ago anyhow. And Leaderboard is the long odds-on favourite, and he's the leader. Second, the outside is Flying Piero. He's been nice and nimble in the first lap. Third placing is Historic, and Blood and Sand is back in 4th placing. Go to the back straight. Leaderboard. He's had Flying Piero for company for a lot of it. As they pass the 1800, he's only a half behind him. 4 lengths away, Historic, just losing touch on the leaders a little bit, and Blood and Sand just enjoying his work. He's the old bloke watching the others jump ahead of him. He hasn't put a foot wrong. He's back at the tail end of the field, trying to pick off a good placing at the end. Maybe even fight for the win. Leaderboard and Flying Piero. They did go past where they started from a lap ago. They've got the treble up the back straight to negotiate, and Leaderboard and Flying Piero with a lot of zest in his legs, racing with him at the 1400. They're 4 lengths in front of Historic, and Blood and Sand comes to the outside to pair off with him. Leaderboard out jump Flying Piero at that one. Again got a neck in front, but Parker's getting the best out of Flying Piero today, and he again joins Leaderboard in the lead, despite again being out jumped. Then about 4 lengths to Blood and Sand, who's just paired up with Historic as they prepare to do battle for a placing later in the race. Blood and Sand has in fact now gone past Historic. So the big journey on the circle takes place now, and then they'll have the 2 to jump in the home straight, and Leaderboard gets a length in front. He's a seasoned campaigner on the flat as well as over the jumps. Flying Piero's done a good job to stick with him so far, but the testing 800's about to start. Blood and Sand eyeing off a jumping killer roll, moves into third place with a bit of zest in his legs, and he's about to go to second. And last of all was Historic. So Leaderboard at the 600 led. Blood and Sand is going to be the newest challenger. It's been a clever ride so far by Connor Brazel. Third is Flying Piero, and then followed next by Historic. The second last comes up for Leaderboard. Blood and Sand's got a lot of confidence through the race. Can he finish it off? He's going after Leaderboard here. They come towards the last. Leaderboard, the inside. Blood and Sand, the outside. He's sticking it to him. We've got a race. Leaderboard finds a bit, though. His class is going to prevail. He gets away now. He'll give Flash Gordon the last 2. Blood and Sand hard up against the outside rail. Vale made a great race of it. But Leaderboard wins the Jeff Spencer by 3.5 to Blood and Sand. All third. Finally, we need the judge. Was wondering why he was here earlier on in the day, but he might have to sort out third perhaps. It was historic All Flying Piero on the post.